Okay, it's dark, it's late. 3 hour movie. I went to go see the Batman. That was excellent. I mean, first of all, let me put this out here first. Let me say this first. I was extremely skeptical about Pattinson as Batman. I have no complaints. Zero complaints. Whatever he has played before, and I've seen him in different things, he nailed this role. I usually look at it as kind of a duality where there's you can either be a good Batman or you could be a good Bruce Wayne. But because this is an early Bruce Wayne and an early Batman, he's not really doing the whole duality thing. He's really more focused on being the beginning. I have no complaints. And I love Zoe Kravitz, so that makes me very happy to watch her. And she did a hell of a job in her role as well. And now that I've gotten this out, John Turturro, love the man. He's very funny when he does whatever he does. There was no funny in this. He when you see John Turturro, you'll be like, whoa, and he'll be like, that's him, and then he'll be like, oh, that's a different him. Yes, and Penguin. If you know about this movie, you know who's playing the Penguin. Unrecognizable. Absolutely unrecognizable. There was the action. I threw my hands up in the air when there's a car scene, and I'm watching it, and I'm like this. First of all, I'm in the row one. So it was a lot. During the car scene, I'm watching it, and it happened, and I went, woohoo, and I threw my arms up. Yes. I enjoyed this movie. There was a lot of movie, though. A lot of story, a lot of exposition, but there was no dead space. Everything was purposeful. Everything had a point, and it just kept having layers upon layers upon layers, and yeah, There's even a little setup at the end for what's coming next. Definitely not going to tell you what that is. You got to watch this to get to see that. And trust me, if you're ready to watch this movie, be ready to put in the time. But it is absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. Yeah. The realism in this movie, like the grit and the groundedness of this world that they've created. Excellent. One of my coworkers earlier was talking about, my complaint with the Nolan trilogy was that there was just a massive difference between the Batman Begins Gotham and the Gotham in the last two movies. And I understand that. Now, this is going to be a longer video because it was a long movie. Gotham is supposed to be dark, dour, rainy, gritty, scary, dirty. That was this Gotham. It was all of that and more. In fact, if there was sunlight, it was cloudy, and that was fine. But you don't really see any of that because it's Gotham. It's the heart of Gotham City. Dear God. I'm watching the movie and I'm like, well, what am I going to say about this? Because there's so much to say, but you don't want to say anything to spoil it, as I don't want to spoil it. I want you to see it. This movie surprised the living crap out of me in terms of a Batman movie. I What an excellent piece of film. Matt Reeves nailed it, and it was the quality of the filming, the cinematography. When Batman shows up for the first time, all you hear is footsteps. I mean, they did magic. Listen. I know. My boy Rod Digger calls me very optimistic when I watch these movies. When I watch any movie, for that matter, because that movie was terrible. It's like you give it the benefit of the doubt. This was wow. Wow. Yeah. Go see the Batman. Go see the Batman, because the Batman, if you are a Batman fan, like a real fan of the Dark Knight version of Batman, I mean, now mind you, I've watched Batman since I was little. Little known fact, the Batman from 1966 had a stage show. Bang, zoom, on the stage. It was ridiculous. It was wonderful. I've loved this stuff since I was little. I enjoyed the Dark Knight version, the more gritty version. That was it. That was it. I look forward to seeing more of this Batman. Yeah. And it does not need to be a part of the Justice Leagueiness, because it shouldn't be. This Batman could not fit in that world that they're trying to create. At all. It couldn't work. I honestly don't think it will work. Somebody else might have an opinion where it might. I'm telling you off the top of my head, I don't think it could work to have this incarnation of Batman on a team. Kind of like Christian Bale wouldn't have fit on a team either. His version wouldn't fit on a team. All right, I'm enough rambling. All right, go see Batman, 3 hours long movie. If you are feeling comfortable staying to the end, there's a little nugget of something at the end, but it's not a whole lot. It's just a little nugget. Ding. That's it. I'm gonna go now, because I'm really, really tired. It's been a very long day. 3 hours is a long time in the theater. Peace.